Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we are gonna be talking about MerMay 2026 and the prompt is iridescent, okay? So, I think today I'm gonna show you how I'm been approaching this challenge, how do I draw a animalistic mermaid in my style, in cartoony style, and basically as well this is gonna be the last MerMay 2026 video on the Wednesdays, because for the next Wednesday we're already out of the challenge, so probably we may see a little bit of a sketchbook tour, okay, like we done in the previous year, and this video being the last one for the challenge itself. I will carry on obviously for the rest of the month until, you know, the last day of the month, doing the daily drawings for the challenge, but that's gonna be on Instagram, that you can find in the show more section down below, okay? So how do I do my mermaids? So because my concept of mermaid is very animalistic, I try to take the reference of the word and try to apply it to whatever kind of creature we're gonna be creating. So iridescent, there is a type of fish called iridescent shark. We're not gonna do exactly that animal, but we can take a little bit of reference from this type of animal to make some details, maybe some of the fins, the eyes, maybe something like this. And the word itself is basically showing how this is showing luminous colors basically, and there's some sort of color shifting and they will change, okay? I remember when I was a kid, I used to have a fish. I don't remember which one was it, but I remember it was white, and in certain type of lights it will change to very vivid red or a little bit of a kind of rosé, like pale rose color, pinky color, and it was very interesting. So that is iridescent basically. It's gonna be changing color depending on the light, okay? So obviously we are drawing traditional here. I'm not gonna be drawing any kind of light type of thing, but we're gonna simulate with the cartoon concept this, okay? So how do I approach the creatures is like, for me, I start with a head, okay? Doing a circle, and you can follow along with me, okay? You can pause the video, put the video a little bit slower and follow along doing your creature, your mermaid as well today, okay? So I have a playlist as well, by the way, if you want to learn how to do these cartoony characters that I've been drawing in this channel, and that I'm gonna put here. So you learn how to draw faces, bodies, create creatures, understand the silhouette. Very, very basic for people that don't know yet about all these things, or they want to start going into these topics. You can be 6 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old, 60 years old, 100 years old, doesn't matter. These little exercises apply to all the ages, and they are very useful, okay? So I would do this kind of, let's say, I will do this kind of line, okay? In that playlist I explain as well the motion through the line of action of the people or the animals, and that is very useful for creating something like this. So as you can see, just a circle to simulate the head, okay? And then I would go for some features, okay? Like in this case I can make him a smiley. I want to do some, maybe like a tongue here, a little bit of teeth, okay, because for me, if the mermaids would exist, it will be very, very carnivorous, maybe like a shark or something. So I just want to find something that it can be interesting. So it can be here like this, and then a little bit snake-like, okay, like this. If you are thinking about a eel, or you are thinking about a morena, maybe that will be the concept, you know, not a mermaid that is gonna be looking like a girl, in my opinion. Sometimes, and even here in this challenge for 2026, I've drawn a couple looking like a girl, okay? I like as well the approach of Eiichiro Oda, the mangaka who created One Piece, regarding mermaids and gyojins, that are fishmen, where you have a anthropomorphic character, like it's a creature that looks like a human, behaves like a human, but the features is like a fish or like a shark, you know, a whale, different types of underwater creatures, okay? So I like that approach as well. So what we are gonna be doing is probably, I'm gonna do the hands maybe here, for example, a little bit like evil maybe. I don't know why, but you know, you can make as many fingers as you want, because obviously we are inventing this creature. This creature doesn't exist, okay? And obviously we are going into the realm of creativity here. I'm gonna be doing this kind of fin, a little bit like a shark, okay? And we kind of following a little bit the pattern of the iridescent shark, that it is not a shark, as I said, it is a fish, and following just this pattern, not drawing him exactly, but something like this, okay? Like sharky style. We need to do all these details that they have here. We can do some other details around, maybe a little bit of hair, why not, like this. Thinking as well a little bit of some of the characters from Monsters Inc., okay? One of the bad guys there. Don't remember his name, the guy in purple. A little bit, you know, like this, with the hair, with this kind of elongated type of body. And as you can see, as we are talking with ourselves, trying to drop some kind of information about the character here on the paper, it is taking shape, okay? We need to do a second detail here, like this, the arms, okay? With tiny arms, okay, very playful, so we can do a little bit of, you know, like he's, you know, being silly, being funny here, and then the fins here, the tail as well. If you have been participating in MerMay 2026, I wanna know what you have been doing. You can express your opinion, you can explain how you felt, if this is your first MerMay challenge, if this is your, I don't know, 10th, 20th, you can explain it as well. So a lot of people that is coming here to learn or to watch one video may have some insights from the challenge from another point of view, not only mine, and it will be interesting that you write a couple of lines there on how you feel, how do you approach the challenge, what type of mermaid are you drawing, like if it is something more traditional, like half of the body is a woman or a man, half of the body is a fish, or if you're going the other way around, if yours is more horror-like or more fantasy-like, or if you are using traditional techniques like I'm doing here, or you are using digital, for example, or Procreate or Photoshop. It's nice to know. So everyone has different options, because maybe you are watching this video and I'm doing traditional and you say, oh, you know, I like it, but you know, maybe it's not useful for me because I want to do digital. But you can apply all of these type of drawings digital as well, okay? Or you can take a picture of this and then color it in digital if you want, or draw directly in digital. I'm just here trying to showcase that in a way, anything that you want to do, it can be done, and it can be done in different techniques as well, okay? So we are gonna do the face. I said I wanted to do a little bit of a tongue here, and the teeth. Obviously, this is not how the animal looks, but we are not drawing the animal, we are just doing a caricature, a cartoonization of the animal, plus using any kind of things that we can come up with, okay, as well. So it's gonna be like this, for example, like this, okay. And now the hands, okay, I like to do the hands as well, like this, very animalistic. 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, 4 works for me. I've been drawing all the mermaids with more or less 3 or 4 fingers, depending on how it was looking, the style, how the style was being, okay? I think I'm a little bit out of camera. I'm just gonna move a little bit. Here you can see better. One, 2, 3, 4. This will do the nails, okay, the claws for this type of animals to be able to rip any kind of creature that they are capturing, because they are carnivorous for me. And now all the details, okay, and as you can see, without thinking too much, there is room for error. You can start again, and if you do a line that you don't like, you can use it in a way that it's gonna, let's say that I've been doing this and my intention was to do like a eel all straight, okay, all in one line, like a S, okay. But let's for a second imagine that I gone wrong, and that tip I was, oh my god, it's too far, so it's not matching this one. So I can do like this, like a Z shape, and it's gonna be, you know, like a shark looking, because actually the animal has this type of design as well. Useful. Sometimes I'm gonna add maybe an extra line here, and maybe I can decide that maybe in this area I wanna add some type of hair, for example, okay, or some plankton around, or some other animal on the side, or something like this, okay, like here. I'm always, or most of the time, adding a little bit of bubbles as well around, okay? So as you can see, this is taking shape. And as well, none of them are gonna be looking the same, okay? All of the mermaids, if you are gonna be drawing again this prompt, you can approach it in a way that they are not gonna be looking like the previous one, okay? Maybe the shape is different. You can do a family, let's say a family of mermaids from the same prompt. Yes, that will be very nice, but none of them will look the same. Maybe the colors that we are going to be painting for one is different than from another, okay? More when we are exploring now with using colors, the concept of iridescent, okay? So, because I've been using this Micron 02 Pigma Sakura, this is just a fine liner, but you can use any kind of pen that you may have around, okay? I love to use the typical standard black Bic because it gives me a lot of game as well, a lot of game with textures when I'm drawing. And this is in every house basically, okay? You can use, I have different types of fine liners because I like to use them to do very thin line, but this is 0.5, this is very thin, for example. As you can see, this is Unipin, another brand. I have plenty of pens, plenty of pencils. You do not think about a specific brand because I am using it here in the channel, or because you have seen it in another video, or because someone is talking about it and you think, oh, if I don't have that specific brand, I can't do this drawing. No. You just grab everything that you have around home, and you know, I'm sure there is paper around the house, I'm sure there is colors around the house, some color pencils, some pens, and try to do something, okay? I have to say as well that in this 2026, you know, these late years, we are a little bit tricked by social media in the sense of we think that everything is done in 5 minutes. Obviously, that's not true. You want to learn something, you want to learn how to cook, you want to learn how to build a house, you want to learn how to, I don't know, anything, dance. You need to spend hours practicing that activity or practicing that learning process, okay? You want to study and become a doctor, you need to spend many hours with books, reading, with online texts, you know, doing some practicals as well, going to lessons. This is the same. This is the same. You need to be patient, you need to draw many, and maybe in the first round it's not going to be looking very nice, that is okay. Maybe in the 20th it's not going to be looking very nice, but maybe the tail is how you like it, and you know, okay, the tail I want it like this, but now I'm going to explore more the faces, so I want to draw only faces to see how I improve, okay? So when you are working for someone, okay, and you want to try to find a, let's say, design, specific design. Let's say, imagine for a second that Disney is coming here to me and is saying, oh, David, you look, we want a mermaid like this style, okay, and we give you this concept of iridescent, no? Iridescent shark, for example, and I want you to give me multiple options, okay, so I can pick. So then you will do this concept, let's say 20 times, let's say, okay, final for you are 20, but maybe when you are in the sketching part, maybe you've done 100 very quick, you know, only with pencil, another one, okay? And you have some in drawing in napkins, some in digital, some in traditional, and then you put them all together. From all of those 100, you pick 20 that you're going to present, to this company. And then the faces as well. You explore the different faces. You have maybe 20 faces different, always following the same pattern. For example, like the face is going to be looking, or the head is going to be looking like this specific type of animal, for example. Or the eyes, I know I want the eyes to be a little bit bulky, for example, like round or outside of the body. So kind of giving the client multiple options, okay? The hands are going to be like this, or longer, or in different positions, okay? The colors that you're going to be using as well are going to be different to explore, okay? That is what you called concept art, character design, okay? Character visualization. When you see someone that it's saying character visualization, is because this person is working, exploring different options to find one that the client is gonna like, okay? So here we can do, if you want, videos like this as well, and it could fit very nice in the playlist of Learn How To. And in the Learn How To Draw, basically, we explore these tiny bits and pieces, so you learn all the steps of this, let's say, type of work, okay? So now, because we said iridescent, I'm gonna try to do this halo, let's say, around him, like he is shining, okay? He is shining. And we're playing with the light, so maybe the light and you know, the rainbow, it could have, when you have the concept of iridescent, you have some kind of rainbow effect as well on the surface, have a little bit of blues, a little bit of pinks, a little bit of yellows. So maybe I can play that card here, okay, to explore this. And as type of body can be said that we are taking a little bit of reference of the iridescent shark. For the colors, we can be taking concept of iridescent word, okay? Like here, okay? And obviously all of these in the style that you want. Me, because I like to draw cartoon, okay? For kind of comic-y type of characters, you know, smiley or silly, like this, okay? For children's book illustration, for books, but if for whatever reason you are more realistic, like you like to draw realistic or hyper-realistic, you can carry on with this, working more on it, you know, doing more details, working on the texture that he's gonna have and everything, and deliver a realistic approach to the person, because maybe the person, the client, wants actually a realistic type of creature, okay? And it's gonna be, I don't know, The Shape of Water, because it's gonna be live action with a little bit of, you know, 3D, but, you know, it's gonna be a person wearing a suit that is gonna be delivering the performance of this creature, not this main character, okay? That's one example, okay? So, as you can see, we are doing this iridescent concept. I wanna use, as I said, probably like a bubble. If we think a little bit, we can do, let's say, a little bit like this, okay? Doesn't have to be all of it. Some details, only some details, like to give this kind of aspect of a little bit magical as well, okay? Like this, not painting everything, just, you know, going here and there, adding some details here and there, and that's it, okay? Like this, like that, a little bit here as well, and then we can go for a little bit of blue, let's say. For example, this is just an example. You, by checking images as well in Google, for example, about how iridescent looks, examples, you can portray this in whatever way you want, or you consider that for you in your fantasy character, like we are doing here, a fantasy character, it would be, okay? Like for example, it could be something like this, okay? For me, I like to explore and try as well different colors, and if you like a little bit the underwater realm of creatures and all the, you know, fantasies that are created from there, you will see how much of a variety you have, like so many creatures that have been invented or have been thought to be underwater because why not, and all of them, some of them are scary because they are in the depths and we haven't explored the depths, and you know, they always say that we are around 20% of the oceans explored, and you never know, obviously, because that's this massive chunk of water. But look at that, I mean, under the water we could have anything, and yeah, so many weird creatures. So this, for example, is giving us very, very nice concept here, you see, like this, okay, very, very interesting. So I like what we have here so far. I think we can add a couple of tones, like let's say that obviously we are underwater, we're gonna have maybe some reflections of coral in my creature, so maybe can have a little bit of, why not, oranges here or there, maybe a little bit like this. Is bouncing, the color is bouncing here. Maybe we can add as well a little bit of green maybe from the bottom. Maybe this is too light green, maybe a little bit darker like this, for example. This is olive tone. A mix, okay, a mix of things here, so we can see options. Something like this, I actually like it very much, because the funny concept, obviously we will go for the tongue, like very humanized type of tongue here, in pink. Maybe the teeth can go a little bit yellow as well, like this. And what I always like to do, I think color-wise we are already set, but what I always like to do is take now a black color. In this case I'm using Faber-Castell, but you can use any type of brand. I have here Standler, this is Alpino, I have as well the one I just used, this is Derwent. I'm mixing all the colors and that is fine, okay? This is Supracolor, Carandash, as you can see. Some of the colors work very nice together. Let's say, for example, that you buy a pack of Carandash. Carandash is more soft, so when you are mixing the colors to get a nice, you know, shading or a nice blend, if you use the same type of colors, it will work better. For example, if I'm to use a blend Carandash with the Alpino, Alpino is harder, okay? Maybe this will go more towards the H. Do you know that the pencils, like all the pencils have HB, is kind of the middle point, let's say. If you go more towards the H, it's gonna be hard tip. If you go more towards the B, it's gonna be a softer type of tip, okay? So you need to see what is your style in regarding of coloring. What do you like to do? When you are practicing, you practice with all of them, and then you can say, actually, I like to paint very soft like this, and I think, you know, Carandash may be my type of things to do this, or Faber-Castell as well, quite soft. Or I like to separate a little bit more the colors and have another effect at the end, and then you can go for something harder like Alpino, for example, or Standler, for example, as well, okay? They are pretty similar. So, you know, see another Alpino here, for example, and you can see and explore different types of effects, you know, or finishings with your pens. So because I like this one, as you can see, this very tiny Faber-Castell, I am gonna add some kind of shadowing a little bit, some shadows there, here and there, a little bit, just tiny, to make it a little bit with volume, a little bit more volume, and to make it as well in a way that it matches my rest of the creatures that I have, okay? Because I wouldn't want to have all of them in the same, let's say, finish, like with this, and this one not. So it is interesting if we kind of try to match them all, like this, you see? In the next video, next week, about MerMay, you will see, because it's gonna be a sketchbook tour, you will see how this that I'm explaining about matching everything, it is important. So you have a a project. Everything is part of the project. You're looking at two different mermaids and you understand, yes, okay, yes, all of them look like they are from the same type of project, okay? Like this. Normally I would do it everywhere, but here I'm doing only in some of the parts. Okay, only in some of the parts for this specific one. Like this and like this. I think I like it. Something like this for today, I like it. Something different as well, because normally I would put much more color to define many more things here. I have to say as well, in another approach for this, I wouldn't have done maybe the line. I would have maybe used color. So we have only the effect, and the fish can be almost, the mermaid can be almost disappearing with the paper, working very soft. And for that, obviously, you could have used something like carandash, blues, pinks, to make it very, very soft, okay? If there's still tags here in the channel, I'm gonna put here on the top a Studio Ghibli calcifer type of mermaid that I've done for the last year's project, 2025 Mermay, where I used only the colors to simulate, obviously, to be the fire, the flame of calcifer, and that was very interesting, and I don't think I've done any other, but for this one, okay, like this, I always like to do this finish. You don't have to, this is just me, because when I'm using the colors, obviously I press, and I don't want to lose the drawing. Again, because we are talking about iridescent, I could leave it out without doing this, but I prefer to have all of them coherent, all of them together in the same project, all of them work together, okay? Like this, to do the eyes. Here, let's not forget about all these details, tiny details here, okay? And the bubbles as well. Feel free to like as well, like and subscribe on all these things that they say in the YouTube channels, because so I know that you liked this and you want to see more of this, for example. And feel free as well to request drawings that you want to see in the channel. If I know about the topic, I will definitely do it quick. If I don't know, I will explore the topic, obviously always within the respect of not, you know, requesting for something inappropriate or weird or something, but within the reason I can try to explore the topic and do a drawing request that you want to see here, okay? The channel is, if you are new here to the channel is half of it about One Piece manga, One Piece anime, and we talk about theories, we talk about character and character design within the story, and we analyze episodes. And half of the channel, the other half is, you know, in general about art, things that we are going to be drawing about. Mermaid, drawing challenges, movies, books, video games, that maybe I'm reading a book and I like it, and I will do a drawing. I'm playing a game and I like it, I will do a drawing as well about it. And I will talk about it and I explain from my professional point of view as a creative what is what I can maybe say I would like to see it in a different way. I would like to, this for example, I would have like this to be different, you know, or maybe this because this and that, it could be working in a way, you know. If you want to see, like in the Pirates video I was doing the other day, I was talking about some concepts in pirate ships that they weren't used in this specific video game, and it would have been interesting to see, for example, okay, in the previous video for Mermay as well, I was talking about pirates and some of the things that I would have liked to see in some games, or some things that are coming from fantasy within books, and it never happened, but we adopt it as reality, okay? So if I like the topic, obviously, and I know about the topic, straight away I can do video, but if not, I can explore always. So you're more than welcome to write your requests in the show more section, okay? This looks very nice. So this is what I wanted to do, some kind of shiny bit, pale, because there is multiple colors coming in and out, okay, like here. It could be interesting if we just add maybe a little bit of details like this. And with the pink as well, you know, just a tiny bit of details like this in the middle to create a little bit of more feel, you know, here inside, here at the bottom as well. It could be like this, okay. And obviously as well, this is not the same to see it in person or to see it through the camera, but you know, it's looking very nice, okay. So this has been my last Mermaid 2026 video of this challenge. As I said at the beginning, I will continue doing the last of the drawings in my Instagram. You will see the drawings every day in my Instagram until we finish the month, yes. And probably for next Wednesday, instead of having a video of me drawing, I can have a video of me showing you the whole project, a sketchbook tour. I have plenty of sketchbook tours that I'm gonna put here as well, a link, so you can watch them, so you already know what to expect from that video. And yeah, probably looking forward to start as well Mermaid 2027 in 1 year time when the challenge starts as well, okay. Thanks for the organizers, because this is very nice. You can find all their Instagrams, all the details and everything to go and check their Instagram channels as well, on the YouTube channels, in the show more section down below as well, so feel free to have a look to them. And other artists, because there's gonna be plenty of artists participating in this challenge, okay. So we are gonna sign for today. We finished this. Is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the process, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.